6 friends.
1 dinner.
And then the bill.
Suddenly it's giving SAT math section.
Someone forgot they ordered oysters for the table.
Someone else swears their cocktail was just sparkling water with vibes.
And now the check looks like rent in Manhattan.
But this is when you step into your hero arc.
You pull out the Klarna card.
1 swipe and the chaos disappears. No panic. No awkward payment requests to friends.
Just you completely in control.
Because the Klarna card isn't just another card.
It's the ultimate power move.
Sushi with friends.
Pay now.
That outfit that makes you feel like a superstar.
Pay over time.
Last minute flight.
Klarna card says, yes, absolutely.
So when the bill hits, you don't need a calculator, you need the Klarna card.
Learn more about the Klarna card at klarna.com.
Debit FlexCard Pay Later plans issued by WebBank. Deposits in your balance account are held at WebBank, member FDIC, anywhere Visa is accepted. Certain merchant, product, good, and service restrictions apply. Some merchants do not accept virtual cards. Physical card only included with a paid Klarna membership plan. Hey, 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 or should I say, ho, ho, ho. It's me, Matt Rogers, and in the words of another Christmas icon, it's time. I'm back with my new nationwide tour, Matt Rogers, Christmas in December. Yes, it's time to remember when Christmas is. I'm hitting the road all December with Henry Kapersky and the whole band, performing my album, Have You Heard of Christmas, along with a bunch of other little surprises. So if you're in LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Philadelphia, DC, New York City, Boston, Toronto, Chicago, or yes, Orlando, Florida, I want to see your gorgeous ass. Go to mattrogersofficial.com or head to my Instagram at mattrogersthough and hit the link in my bio. Until then, stream the album, get your look together, and get ready to deck the damn halls at a venue near you. Christmas in December, you in my heart. XOXO. Me, Matt. Look, Matt. Where? Oh, I see. My, oh, my. Bowen, look over there. Wow, is that culture? Yes. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Yeah. Las Culturistas. Ding dong, Las Culturistas calling. I was just touching base with you before we got on because you and our guest share something. You're on the real SNL. She was on the fictional Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. She played a Christian sketch comedian.
Which is, I'm halfway to that. I just have to be witnessed.
Yeah,
and then I'll be there.
One of these days, someone will see you.
What's your background with Christianity?
Do you? Okay, so we are on this ride.
We're off to the races.
I'm a confirmed Catholic. Get this.
You were confirmed?
I went all the way through. My parents cared so much about it, and then I don't talk about my Christian
past.
But
it's not Greek. It was not Greek Orthodox.
No, I was Greek Orthodox, and then we moved, and my parents were like, you know what? Let's just be Roman Catholic because it's basically the same. And so then
don't tell the Pope.
Then don't tell him, and don't tell him about us either. I don't want to know his opinion. It's rule culture number 8. I don't want to know the Pope's opinion of us.
What if the Pope
What if the
Pope went to one of your Chicago shows back in the day?
Just be like, hey girl, I knew I saved that face. It's like when Taylor Swift recognizes someone in the crowd, and it's the Pope. Honestly, he's probably a Taylor fan. Who isn't? Anyway, my confirmation name, it was between. This is so my life too. I was choosing between Christopher and Blaze.
You already have one of the apostles' names. Matthew.
I picked Christopher too. I stayed
boring. Blaze?
No, I didn't pick Blaze.
Blaze
I could have.
I-S-E-Z or Z-E?
B-L-A-I-S-E. That is there is a Saint Blaze.
Oh, that's right.
People don't know this.
And he was the saint of,
I believe, fire. I'm making it up.
I hope there's a saint for gay guys soon.
I don't think there is. Yeah, Saint Sebastian. I just picked a gay name. Speaking of names, our guest is
Carrington Lane.
Carrington Lane.
What a name! That's a very Dynasty-coded name.
Esquire.
To me. Esquire. Yes.
Then when I got on the Wikipedia for the show and I read first of all the names of the real actresses in the cast was one thing, and then reading the character names really blew me away because Kim Kardashian will be playing Alora Grant Esquire. My name is Alora Grant. I'm your lawyer.
Oh my God, hey, you made it. Meet my friend Alora.
You've met Alora.
And you turn at someone who looks like Kim Kardashian, you go, like, what are you, that's the definition of overstimulus.
What is Alora the saint of?
Gay guys.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
It's swung back around.
Fucking all's fair. Fucking all's fair. This show,
Yeah.
made in a lab, and the Ryan Murphy lab, which is one of the best labs
For us, I think.
us.
Yeah.
You've got our guest. You've got Kim, Naomi, Tiana,
Niecy, babe.
Judith, Niecy,
Miss Liz Burks.
Miss Liz Berkeley. This is a dream.
This is a dream and a half. It's a fever dream that I cannot wait. It's going to be on Hulu. You're all going to be watching it.
November 4th. Our guest, Tony winner,
Emmy winner.
Culture Award winner.
Culture Award winner.
I'm sure it's something. We've got a lot of categories.
Icon 400 honoree.
Yes.
Figure of great
Renown.
talent, renown, and more. We are super gagged and more to have the one, the only Sarah Paulson! Looking drop
I came
dead.
dressed like Amelia Earhart
You
today.
kind of did.
I did.
Explain the.
It's just Celine. It's
Yeah.
the new Celine.
It's
Yeah.
the new Amelia.
It's a new Amelia, and I'm just,
You're
representing
You're
it.
representing
Like,
it.
Yeah.
It's
like
a-
a person who's more, I'm a terrified flyer also, so this is like not, it doesn't work together.
I think
it's incongruous, but
Right.
that's why it works, is what I've decided.
We were saying like the looks that were being turned at the premiere was
Yeah.
just, I guess, like us showing us into a new world of what red carpets can be.
Yeah, especially if Kim Kardashian is your co-star.
Yeah.
Because what happens
Yeah.
is Kim sends someone to do a little walksy-woo, goes and takes a video of what the carpet looks like, comes back, and Kim is like, like this.
Whoa.
Yeah, like where's the lighting, where's the thing? And so when we were all standing there looking more ravishing than we've all ever looked,
Yeah.
and we saw these pictures and we were like, what is the story with this? And it's because Kim went and dealt with the lighting. So we were lit all from below and above. Like the Oscars doesn't have lighting like this on
No.
the carpet. It's like, and then she went and made sure that we had it in Paris and we had it in London. And so...
So you're privy to the Waxy Woo video. Are you seeing the video?
I've not seen the Waxy Woo
Got it,
video,
got
but
it.
I was told that Waxy Woo happened. She gets the info and she's like,
Yeah, no.
And I gotta say, sign
Great.
me up for that.
Sign me up.
Yeah, sign my
Gratitude.
face up for that.
Right.
If you could just follow
Honestly.
me around like this all day long.
The
Yeah, it's
glam
really-
factor was incredibly
No, it was just,
high.
I was like, who is that looking at my own face? I was like, who is that?
That's
And
you.
it's like, it's just me with really excellent lighting.
And you don't ask yourself that question very often, do you? Who is that? Because
I mean,
you're a great chameleon, and
I can look like different things.
You were Linda Tripp
I was
once
Linda
for a
Tripp
spell.
once for a spell.
Yeah.
One of the greatest spells of my time. It was like one of my
I
favorite.
love that spell.
That spell was like
Alakazoo.
really, alakazoo, wiggly woo,
Yeah.
boom, Linda Tripp. I mean, it was like one of my favorite. I like a peg leg and a black tooth. That's like what I care
100.
about
Right.
from an
Yeah.
acting standpoint. Like,
Yes.
Sure.
do I have a is there a hump in the back? Like,
Yeah.
Have you played a pirate yet?
Like, today I'm playing a pirate.
a little bit.
The
It's
air
like,
of the sky.
Today I'm the pirate of the skies.
it's like if Amelia went down hard and like
She
came
did.
back.
I think she did.
Yeah.
I took it
we can kind of
somewhere.
confirm at this point. Like Amelia went
gone.
down
I mean,
hard.
I think she's
Gone.
gone.
Yeah.
She's gone. I still think we can find her somewhere, the plane or something. But I digress.
I think we should do a big, gay, modern
Hunt.
funeral. Oh, I was gonna say funeral, but let's hunt
no,
her
but
down.
we could also get the right minds. I think we've like been on the wrong track. Like we
Yeah.
don't need the aviation experts. We need some like gay people.
gay people.
We need a
To
Laura
go-
Grant.
Laura Grant. Yeah, Carrington Lane. And Glenn Close as Dina Standish, just on the case. And
Yes,
I think we
I
would.
love Dina
Dina
Standish.
Dina
Standish.
Standish. Emerald Green is
Emerald
Niecy Nash.
Green is
Emerald
Niecy
Green is
Nash.
actually it's like
Milan.
Green. Milan. And by the way, in Paris, Tiana, like all our costumes were in these different rooms, like at these events, and it's just we all have our names, and then it's just Milan.
Milan.
Yeah,
And
Milan.
she's like, did they not give me a last name? And I was like, it's like your Cher or Madonna.
Exactly.
You're just Milan.
Mononym.
100%.
It's amazing.
What can you tell us about Carrington Lane?
I love your Dynasty-coded thing, which
Isn't it
which
Dynasty?
it's got it. I mean, I don't think Ryan and I ever discussed this, but it was a foregone conclusion to me that this was an Alexis Carrington
Colby
nod
Dexter,
because
yeah.
this is just like, and I am playing that person on the show. I am your Esquire, villain Esquire.
It's giving antagonist.
She's given antagonist. She's given out for blood. She's
Yeah.
given revenge till she dies. And
Yeah.
she will be revenging. Because essentially, these ladies started their own law firm. They leave Dina Standish. They leave the great Glenn Close.
Yeah.
Go off on their own, fly the nest, and they don't take me with them. And
Oh,
I
no.
am the greatest lawyer, in my opinion. And in also Glenn Close's opinion, like I was, not Glenn Close, Dina Standish's
Dina Standish.
opinion.
Yeah.
I was the star of the thing, but I'm I've got a bad attitude.
I see.
And so nobody wants me around. And so then they start their own firm and they leave me behind. And when you leave this girl behind, she's going to come
Yeah, she's going to come for you. Oh.
So
we're
basically
glad.
it's that, but it's basically like a little person who was injured and now she's out for blood.
Great.
You know, hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people.
And we hope
Yeah.
to see her hurt very badly back and forth.
You are going to see a lot of hurt and then hurting. Yeah, people's husbands. I don't care.
Fuck,
You know?
man.
Yeah, it's gonna
Let's
be
just
so
go
good.
for it.
Delicious.
I mean, I'm getting to that age now where I am thinking about how my own abandonment issues have calcified, because this is not something I've thought about until my 30s.
Yep.
And abandonment is she's a motherfucker.
She's
a very hard thing to
and
heal.
she really. Some people retreat. Some people go all in terms of like how they're going to recover. Some people's calcification around the original wound means they can no longer function or let anything in. Some people become like really desperate for some attention and won't let people go that they should let go.
We're 3 actors here.
We're
sitting
3,
around.
or you become 3 desperate
people.
attention-seeking freaks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of desperate,
Oh, wait. So I think definitely the first time you hit my screen was Studio 60, and I remember being like, who is that? And I think many people in the world were like, who is that, finally? But you were iconically Lynette's sister on Desperate Housewives, which was really a formative
for us.
culture in
Really?
our life.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
no,
this
I
was-
remember you from it.
This was, you do.
Yes.
This was a moment in my career where not a lot was happening. Not a lot was happening. And then Felicity Huffman, who was a good friend of mine then, is a good friend of mine now, was like, hey, I think I was at some party with Mark Cherry. Where he has a grotto. There's like a swimming pool.
Mark's grotto.
I can envision this
There
very
was like
clearly.
a thing, and I think there was like a charades night, and then I think I got, like a little crumb thrown my way where I could be Lynette's sister, which to me was like
Really good casting.
yeah, and it was Carrie Preston was the other
Yes.
sister, Elspeth.
Elspeth.
And also, she on True Blood, that is an underrated performance.
That's correct.
Preston on True Blood. Yeah.
Carrie Preston's been giving underrated performances her whole career.
And her
she
husband.
Is, her husband too.
Yeah.
They're just so good.
So good.
So good.
Actually, you know what? I remember that was like when ABC was like kicking ass, and Michael Emerson was
Emerson.
Ben Linus on Lost, and then Carrie,
also, yes, but wasn't he also doing something else at the same time?
he was
Sure.
on
He was
the
like-
show with
Yeah.
Jim Caviezel. Was it
Jim
Caviezel.
Caviezel.
Yeah, I said it.
Christ is
on
in
the
the
Christian
room.
episode.
Really nice work. Strong.
But
Strong
wait, was
work.
that true? It was a show. It was
Yes,
like
Jim Caviezel was on some like procedural.
He was.
Like a
I thought there
CBS
was-
thing.
Yeah. Something, but I feel like he was doing double duty. It was like the time when someone like Michael Emerson could do both.
Right.
Yes,
And then
yes.
His wife was all on all the other
On
on True
Ca-
Blood, and it was
yeah.
just like a thing.
And now
Wow.
she's Elspeth.
And now she's Elspeth.
Completely taking over not just the airways but also the commercials.
Agreed.
Yes.
Oh, the Elspeth commercial.
Elspeth.
It once
Berets and scarves and Elspeth. I just love it. I just love it so much.
you're going to see a lot of Elspeth Halloween costumes. I think.
Oh
I
yeah.
think that's right.
Yeah.
The other prediction I make is a lot of Gladys from Weapons.
Of course, a lot of
Oh,
Gladys.
big time.
And there's going to be a lot of that.
But both of those are like colorful women.
Color for Women. I just hate Halloween.
Right.
Do
Okay.
you-
Talk about it.
Actors
I
tend
hate
to not.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want you to ring my doorbell.
Okay.
I don't want to have to talk to little
Yeah,
people,
that-
Nope.
children. I don't like the dressing up. I'm like, oh God, it's like the one day of year people are just like, I get to be.
Right.
And I'm, I understand that I get to do this in my life and I've been so blessed and I'm so happy and lucky and
Yes,
blah.
yes.
And
But
all
I'm
that.
also just like, my costume today is me.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I'm myself today.
Yep. Here's my thing.
I hate a pumpkin spice latte.
okay.
I mean, I could go on about this when I've got my minute to
Not your
rant,
time of
but
year.
I'm saving something else for
Okay.
that. But like, I don't want your pumpkin spice. I don't want it.
Right.
I don't like pumpkin pie. I don't like anything pumpkin. I don't like the color orange. It's not my vibe. Halloween's not my time. Sorry.
So
is
I
this-
want to tell you something. You look at my Life of a Showgirl coded
yeah.
phone right
Yeah,
now.
I do.
This
You
is
like-
not a good time for
Okay,
you
this
because
is not a good
Apple has
time.
decided orange is it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Then how do you
I don't
usually
like
get
that.
through this time of year?
I muscle through it.
Yeah.
And I have often
Perseverance.
worked with wonderful hair and makeup people, and they love to do the trailer in the Halloween jam, and
Yeah.
there is like Nightmare for Before Christmas stuff, and like someone's like like in the
Cobwebs
corner.
everywhere.
Cobwebs everywhere. You come in and you're like,
Yeah.
It just like I don't know why it makes me so aggro, but because I love candy.
Yes.
Never been happier about candy in my life.
And you famously are in a lot of scary
I'm
shit.
in a lot of scary shit, but I'm the biggest scaredy cat. I don't watch anything scary.
Likewise.
I don't watch any of those. What are those really scary movies with Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga? Like two
Oh, The
great actors.
Conjuring.
I
The
can't.
Conjuring.
I
No.
absolutely cannot with a doll, a creepy doll.
The Megan's not for
The
you.
Megan's no, none of it.
Yeah.
But then you did see Weapons?
I did see Weapons because I got. I went with my friend Jason
were
Butler Harner.
tricked. Yeah.
I went with Jason Butler Harner and Pedro Pascal, and we went to see this movie. And
That was famous trickster
favorite
Pedro
trickster
Pascal.
people. Yeah, he's a famous trickster. And I didn't know. I didn't know what I was. I didn't know.
And you felt jilted. You felt
Except for, to me, it's like the performance of the years in that movie with Amy Madigan.
Amy.
It was just, to me, I'm like, well, thank God Amy Madigan is being given an opportunity to do what Amy Madigan can do better than anybody.
Yes.
And she's just a genius. And I'm just like here for I want someone to accept an Academy Award
Yes, for
for
that.
a movie like that. Because James McAvoy in Split, I mean, do we need to
Oh,
talk about
100%.
not
What?
even nominated. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, 100%.
Tony Collette in whatever that scary movie.
Hereditary.
Hereditary, yes.
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
I mean, these performances they're not easy
Brilliant.
to do.
No.
And like nobody wants to give Ellen Burstyn in The Exorcist, Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Why aren't we giving statues to people? This is another thing. I mean, I've got a lot of ranting to do, obviously, but I just
horror movie performances don't get the respect.
They don't get the respect.
Lupita Nyong'o and Us
Correct.
should have been nominated.
Correct.
I thought Daniel Kaluuya and Us should have
Agreed.
won. Allison
Agreed.
Williams and Get Out.
Agreed.
That should have been a
All of
supporting
it.
nomination.
All of it.
I think Sinners is going to get a good showing at
I
awards
think you're
this
probably
season.
right.
And
Yeah.
I recently went on I be going on the Goldderby.
I like to go on the Goldderby too.
like it.
I'd be going on it.
I'd be going.
I'd be going.
And so shockingly high Amy Madigan
I know.
and the supporting actress, like people are predicting
you.
it because I think things are changing.
They're changing, but also I think there's so much respect for her that predates this sort of genre
Yes.
moment that people are like, oh my God, we want Amy Madigan seen by all of us all the time everywhere. And if this is the, and it's just, it's also undeniable. And that movie is like a sneaky horror movie.
Yeah.
It's not
Yes.
like blood and guts horror movie. It's more of a psychological thing. And so you think you're watching, like, you got people like running around like this,
fun.
and it's like, are you a bird? Are you, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, look, we can pretend it's
That
something
is
else.
this of
This
it
of it,
all,
yeah.
and also the way that she's styled. Bowen always
Oh,
says like it
it's-
serrates the movie,
It
like
serrates the
memorable and serrated.
I love that.
But there's a pretty bloody, gory moment, and it's the only.
It's true.
It's the first time in a long time that I've had to cover my eyes. At a
Yeah,
And it's always the gay couple that get it.
I know.
Remember It Too? No, probably not because you didn't
that one
see
I didn't
that.
see.
You didn't see it.
No.
That one I didn't see. But you be going on the Gold Derby to decide what you're going to do or about what's going on for your friends.
Interesting question.
Are you
Well,
are you like going for your own ballot and being like, what are people saying? Or are you like, my friend so and so is up for it? Are they?
So
gonna
basically, I do remember voting. I always vote for you, but I remember going, and the first time I voted for SAG, I really surprised myself because I was like, wait. All my favorite stuff isn't even what's in the
Well,
conversation.
Right.
it's because we're not, I don't know how many ballots you've been sent, but there are ones that I'm like, what even is it? Like, they're big when you
Yeah,
get to be
yeah.
a nominator. And it's like, I take this so seriously. I'm like a freak about it. I never vote. I mean, if you're brilliant in
Tell
something,
me.
but like, I like something else better and you're my best
course,
friend, I'm
of
still
course.
voting for the thing I like
should
better
be like
because,
that. Should be like that.
because I just feel like you want to honor the greatness of the performance and not just like your friends. And I just don't, I can't. I will not vote in a category I have not seen.
Yep.
yeah.
I just won't do it. I take it very, very seriously.
I want you to look
'Cause it
Pedro in
feels
the
like
eye and vote against him.
I did vote against him this year.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for,
At Emmys?
it was him.
Well, because he was kind of
No,
barely.
I voted for Adam Scott.
Oh,
Severance.
yeah,
so
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Pedro.
good. Sorry, P.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. It was a performance to me that was just,
Of course.
you know.
So good.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
My main thing about Halloween,
What?
I agree with you. But my thing is, it's everyone's on about fast fashion and stuff, right? And it's like the most
Right.
unsustainable holiday.
Yes, that's true.
It's like people just wear a thing once and then throw it out.
Yeah, they do.
Lot
Plus the
of fabric.
packaging that it comes in, the plastic and the
Oh,
thing.
forget
and
it.
Exactly.
some dog is suffocating in the corner because they got inside it.
Oh,
you see where I
yes.
went? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Listen.
Really
No,
sorry.
it can happen.
It can really happen.
I don't follow you for that.
Oh.
I just see the thing is you briefly lived in the macabre there.
I
But
did.
as someone who
I did.
literally
Briefly.
you lived in the macabre for years. You
I
were all
did.
up in the macabre.
Yeah.
Title
Yeah.
of app.
All up in the macabre.
all up in the macabre.
It's a good title of app.
the app. All up in the macabre. I did live in it. and
How
it's
do you
weird.
do that? I'll never forget the scene of you in Hotel, which is the one I tried to watch because of Gaga.
Yeah.
And basically, what happens to Mr. Greenfield?
Oh yeah.
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 I had to tap out of that.
It was so
and you
fun.
were in it.
I
in
was
the
like
scene.
watching it. I got to watch it. Yeah.
How do you
I
do
know.
You're on
that?
set for
I'm on. Yeah, I was on set for it. I saw it.
Whatever you're thinking, it's way worse.
It's like a giant conical dildo,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
He gets fucked to death.
Fucked to death, but with like a real drilling.
Ryan.
Ryan,
You're sick.
you're sick, but I'm here for it. Something's in my eye, guys. Whatever, it's fine.
You want to fix it?
No, macabre. Something's in my
First of all, macabre or macabre? Let's get on the same
Macabre.
damn page.
Conversation over.
macabre.
Macabre. Thank you.
I mean, I like. Well,
But,
yeah.
but then people make fun. They're like, "Oh, Mr. Frenchman, oui, oui," and I'm like, "No, it's just how you're. It's
First
a
language
silent
French.
R. No.
Is your first language French?
Not technically.
You're a
Bowen.
Frenchman.
It
No.
is.
born in Australia, moved when I was 6 months old. So you could say English and Mandarin were the first things that like hit my ears. But then we moved to Quebec.
Oh, so that kind of French.
Then French was like spoken the most in my life for a while.
What?
And then hard left into English.
But you didn't have any sort of like Australian accent? Did you hear that
No,
horrible
that
thing?
was- no, that
it
was
wasn't
really-
good. No, I've got a couple of friends and all we do is this.
That's so good.
And, like,
Well, it's Sarah
we
Paulson
just
is the
love
thing.
to do it. It's great. My makeup artist is from New
great
Zealand.
fun.
Yeah, from South Africa, right? I can't remember. Very funny.
Remember.
No, it's no. I love that.
I love
love when people said no. And like, yeah,
It's never gonna get
no.
old for me. It's never gonna
You
get
don't
old.
never get old. Oh, but somebody
Never.
taught me a secret about how to say, I'd be in a really great accent for this voice, is
Please.
to say, rise up lights.
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 Rise up lights is the same
Rise
thing
up
as saying
lights.
razor blades.
Rise up
Rise up
You
lights.
say rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
Razor blades.
Rise up lights.
My
Rise
warm
up
up, my,
lights.
my on ramp into Australian is always, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it,
Oh,
'cause it
yeah.
activates your upper
Yeah,
palate
you get
here.
your upper
Yeah.
palate going. Yeah, I don't
Very
know.
resonant
Yeah.
language.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Up there.
With the question?
With the question,
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
You know. But I, mean,
you know.
I like rise up
Rise
lights.
up lights. Rise
a
up
lot.
lights.
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
What are rise up lights?
You know, like just think of the word rise.
Okay. Up.
Up. Lights. You're just like rise up
Totally.
lights.
What's the favorite accent you've ever done?
I haven't really done a ton of them.
Yeah, I was thinking
I
that.
don't really get to do that often. I'm usually just like running from a clown or
Yeah.
You know.
You don't need it as a crutch.
Yeah, it's not a crutch for me. I like to live in my Linda Tripp world
Yeah,
and my Marcia Clark. I like a wig.
You like a wig.
Mama likes a wig.
Mama likes a wig.
I
Mama
really like
excels in a wig.
Mama
Wears a wig
excels in a
great.
wig, loves a wig.
The Marcia Clark of it all, by the way, that was, I'll never forget the Marcia episode. Talk about going to Goldderby. I was like, let me go on Goldderby, make sure that I'm not crazy, that this is at number one for everyone. That was such a slam dunk, like such a well-deserved Emmy win after you being overdue at that point.
Thank
and like,
you.
by the way, we also saw Appropriate. You're brilliant.
Thank
like,
you. Thank
but
you.
I do want to ask, the Kim K of it all
Yeah.
figures into People
it
versus
does.
O.J. Simpson famously.
Yes.
Did you touch base with her about that? Or
Not
was
during
kind
it.
of, yeah.
No.
Of course.
No, I barely talked to Marcia Clark before. I mean, I didn't talk to Marcia Clark before we shot it.
Sure.
So it
Yeah.
wasn't until we were like episode 6 or 7. I think I had finished the Marcia episode and Ryan's like, if you want to reach out to her, you can do it now.
Oh,
'Cause now
really?
you've
So
basically done it.
even
Oh,
then
no.
you hadn't met her.
No. We had a real drunken night one night after, like, I was into episode 7 or 8 of the 10 or 12. I can't remember how many there were. 10,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And then that was that. Like, I saw her mole. Like, I literally saw her face through a spinning, like, revolving door. And I was waiting there. And I was like, I was so entrenched
By the mole.
in my love for Marcia
Yes,
Clark at
yes.
that time because I was so inside it.
Yeah.
And then I remember like seeing like her walk through the revolving door and like I swear to God there was a glint of like sparkly sunshine right on the mole and I was like, moly.
Yeah,
It was
you,
like-
you had a
it was
moly,
like
moly,
I had
moly
like
moment.
a cinematic like slow push in on the mole and it was like there she is. I can't believe
And
this
she
is
said,
happening.
"Let's get drunk."
And she was no, she didn't. But I was like, I guess I need to like
Yeah.
She was really hesitant about the whole thing. She'd only been like raked through the coals publicly. So the idea of like a dramatization of this when nobody writing about it was actually there, the idea that it was going to be, I kept trying to say like, this is going to be, I really think like the angle, I know I can speak about what the angle is for sure. And I don't think you'll be upset by this. And she didn't really have a lot of faith in that. But then I think obviously it all.
I guess it's like, why would anyone who'd been only...
For decades, like
Right.
just, where the fault of losing the, whatever it was sort of laid at the prosecution's feet. And it just was
Yeah.
a mess. And then just always, poked fun of and all this stuff. And so anyway, it just, I can't remember what your question was, but
well,
I
it
went
was
on-
about
Goldderby.
Goldderby.
Yeah, it was about
Love
Goldderby.
a Goldderby.
No, but it was about Kim because
Kim.
now you're in a show with
So
her,
yes.
and that was like something that I think like our
Selma
generation
Blair
didn't
played-
really understand. That was the like
Totally.
the inception of
I
the
think
Kardashian
Chris
thing.
was really good friends with Nicole, best friends
Yes,
with Nicole.
yeah.
And so that was a real thing. So
yeah, Selma Blair was great in
played
that.
her. I can't remember who played the children, but just recently Kim told me that there were people who played her on the show, like her played Courtney and Kim, I think.
Yep,
and,
they were.
Yeah, and I don't remember that part because it was a section I wasn't in, so I paid very little
Fast
attention to
forward.
it. You know what I mean? I still haven't seen it to this day.
Really? Do you not-
Usual of your work? Or?
I had always watched my work before then because I think I was so still thrilled that like someone was letting me do it. I was like,
yeah.
look, there I am.
Yeah.
And now I think in particular with that was the first time where I was so obsessed and like deep in it that I felt like if I watch this, I'm going to see every time she was left-handed, I pick up the pen with the wrong hand and, oh God, I'm going to see all the things that are wrong. And so And then when the response was so robust, I thought, now I'm really not going to watch it because I don't want to be like, what's the big deal?
Right.
Yeah, and you also don't want to. You don't want to convince yourself of like
Exactly.
a reality where they're all lying to
Exactly,
me.
which is really something I'm very good at doing.
I get that.
So I just was like, I don't want to do that to myself. Why don't you let this one be
Yeah.
enjoyable and see what, that feels like for a second.
Because I feel like your work is so perfectly balanced between like something that is grounded in reality and something that's actually happened in the world, Studio 60, let's say, or People vs. OJ. And then it's also the corollary is like the campy heightened reality as well. Like, is this a toggle for you where you have to like sort of change modalities based on what the project is?
I don't feel toggly, I think, and that maybe is why I'm able to do it.
Great.
Because the Ryan thing, I do think particularly, but even in other things I did this movie called Run about a child that Munchausen, where I'm trying to make my child sick so she'll stay with me, and even that is a sort of like extreme universe to live in. And I think the horror genre in general asks for a little bit of big swings, and I feel most comfortable there somehow. And I don't know whether it's because my mother called me Sarah Bernhardt since I was a tiny child, and I've always had sort of big reactions to things that maybe are outsized. That's for my therapist, not for the both of you. But
No,
I have.
We don't know about outsized reactions.
I think I have a big emotional response to things, big and small.
I think
The
that's
register
The register is like it really. The pendulum can swing way far than most, I think, and so therefore in that world, it doesn't seem off or out of the realm of normal to have whatever reaction my character's having, even though an average person might be like, you're really freaking it. This is too much.
Well,
it's too big.
so
and I'm
surreal.
Like, and it's surreal.
What
yeah.
I love about the horror genre, like on its face, is you kind of can get away with anything.
That's the other.
So imagination is then explored.
That's the dirty little secret to me. Is that like there are no rules. Like when you're playing a real person, I actually feel most free then because I have all the boundaries have been set, and then I can do whatever I want inside it because I know what the truth is, and I know there are certain facts that are not up for my interpretation.
Sure.
Whereas sometimes when you have too much like paint to play with, if you like pour all the paint in the world like on the ground, you're going to come up with just some weird muddy color.
Totally.
It's not specific enough. So it's like if I have too many choices, it makes my head sort of pop off a little bit in a way that's not helpful.
Right.
That's why I'm just like, let me play all the real. I'll be the lady who plays all the real people till the end of time. Nothing would make me happier.
That would be amazing.
Nothing would make me happier.
But what you were saying with Marcia, it was tipping into a zone where you were like, I'm going to look at which hand she uses to pick up this.
How she walked. She was a dancer. She had a little bit of she was always sort of standing a little bit in first position. There was so much amazing footage of her, which was rare, which is like her walking into the courtroom where like they're just hallway cameras, but you're not really thinking about being on camera. Whereas like when I played Nicolle Wallace before Nicolle Wallace became like a household name in Game Change, like there was no footage of Nicolle Wallace not being performance Nicolle Wallace, so like speaking on behalf of the White House. Whereas I could watch stuff also with Linda, paparazzi videos and things where I could watch her move without her like public facing self. And so that was like a real gift because it was like, oh, I'm seeing what you're doing without an awareness of a camera, which when can you get that? It's really rare. So it was very exciting to me to be able to have very specific things from which to pull from, and then I felt really free because I knew what the rules were.
Under the veneer you saw.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Scrape that tooth enamel off. Got all the way down to the gum line, and I was like, I see what's really here. We've got gingivitis.
We've got gingivitis.
Diagnosed down. Let's ask the question. Okay, so we've been kind of flitting around it, but Sarah Paulson, what was the culture that made you say culture was for you? I love your answer.
Well, for me, it was the VHS of Oscar's Greatest Moments, 1971 to 1991. This is a VHS. It cannot be purchased or gotten in any other way. And I still have this VHS. And Billy Eichner actually also is obsessed with this. And when we had a conversation one day, our heads were both like, I didn't think anybody else really knew about this. And he had it transferred to a disc so that then, I don't know how I would do it. Now I need, of course he did, but like as a present, like a wrap present when we were finished with a horror story or something.
Oh my
He
God.
gave me. But this is something like I watched so much that it was like how I learned about like Sasheen Littlefeather and that whole thing and the nudist streaking across, the stage when Elizabeth Taylor was trying to, watching every Academy Award win and every sort of like show opener and Liza Dan. It was like I don't think I knew who Liza Minnelli was before I watched this when I was like 14 or whatever. And but I just over and over and over again, and I can memorize people's speeches and Ruth Gordon's speech. And like, it was like somehow having a living, breathing encyclopedia of pop culture moments that meant something to me, obviously, because of my dreams and fantasies and hopes of like one day standing there with that hot little
tight
ass in my hand. Golden man in my hand. That it was just like getting to see it all, but it was all just right there. It was like having a computer before you could have a computer.
Totally.
It's like being able to Google every little moment about it and what people were wearing. So it was like a mixture of the fashion influx, cultural fashion moments mixed with like political statements that were being made, mixed with like the performers of the day, and also sort of recognizing that like the world was the performing world was so much smaller back then. It was the same actors over and over and over again getting nominated, and it was just, there was not this saturation of the marketplace. And so like there were these 10 spectacular actors and these 10 spectacular actresses and these 10 filmmakers, and it's like things tended to be kind of uniformly excellent back then in that time period. And they don't make some of those movies anymore.
No, they do not.
But it was a real, like I remember just buying that, like purchasing that at the video store. I think I rented it, and then I went and found it and bought it.
And where did you buy? Like, do you remember
in
where
Brooklyn,
you bought it?
In Brooklyn, where I lived.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just like in the VCR, and it was just like on repeat. And I do think, even as I'm talking to you about it now, like just the Bob Mackie of it all, and the
I was going to
different,
say
like
Cher.
there was just like the Cher. The one of the greatest things that my best friend and I, Amanda Peet, are always saying. She does this whole bit where she comes out in her like early acting moment. I think maybe it was 2 times that are on this video.
Yeah.
One of them where she comes out and she's bringing up reading the list of nominees, and I can't remember who she's standing with, but her line, she has to say Marvin Hamel. I'm going to mess it up. Marvin Hamlish.
Yeah.
And she cannot. And she says Marvin Hamlish. Marvin Hamschmish. Hamlish. And then she goes, sorry, Marvin. And it's like the funniest, most like, she's so charming and so relaxed. And then another time she comes out in a giant headdress after she won, I think. She said, as you can see, I got the Academy Handbook on how to dress like a serious actress.
Yep.
And I just was like, but it's like, I got to see like early day Cher. There's Bette Midler making fun of the way someone is, too many people are nominated for like one, like there were 4 songwriters. She's like, also known as 4 on a song. And it was just like, I mean, I just remember all these like really, for Moon in, what's the song in New York City? When you get lost with the moon in New York City.
New York City is
the best that you
crazy,
can
but
do.
it's true.
Is fall in love. Yeah, that song from Arthur.
Arthur's theme.
Yes,
Arthur's theme.
Arthur's theme. And she's just like out there doing her bits. And it's just like, I was just like, it was like a tsunami of information.
Yep.
Fashion-wise.
Yeah, you got to be like encyclopedic about this
and I was just
thing.
like having this knowledge of stuff that like none of my friends knew what I was talking about.
We share that because we got really into, I believe for us it was 97. So there was the Titanic Oscars, the monoculture of that.
Yeah.
Billy
The
Crystal.
Billy Crystal era.
And he comes out and he's like boop boop and does his thing. He comes out on a horse.
For-
The
when he's
City
promoting
Slickers,
City
From Marcia
Slickers,
Slickers, and he comes
Yeah.
out on a horse, and then he does the thing where he turns it off with
Yep.
with
With a little car thing.
So good.
So good. But
Yeah,
see,
so
was
good.
the Academy putting this compilation out? Like, who was
I
who was
think
publishing
it's
this?
possible that the Academy put it
Okay.
out, but I'm not 100% sure. But I sure can let you know.
Thank you. Because the thing is, as you're describing this, it's like, sure, like anyone can like Google on or like look up on YouTube like these moments, but you need someone
Somebody
to curate
curating
that.
it. Exactly. And it is curated and it just goes through and you see everybody's clothing. I mean, I remember having a conversation once with Jessica Lange about the Oscars and fashion at the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, we used to just, whomever was doing my costumes on that movie, we would maybe go to the Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
And we found a dress. Like that happened once. And another time it was, it's like what it has become. Right. And you can see when you watch this compilation of like somebody just pulling some Halston number out or Halston coming up with, I mean, it's just unbelievable to see the way it changes.
Yeah, Bette Midler just said that on Watch What Happens Live because
did
he was asking her about her nomination for the Rose, and she was like, "Well, I mean, this is back in the day when like you didn't
dress
think about what you were
yourself.
wearing."
Exactly.
Literally, she was like, "I think that was my dress that I still have."
Exactly.
I went. It was all very new to me. I didn't get the gravity of what it was to be nominated. I enjoyed it, but it's just not the industry it is
Diane
now.
Keaton drove herself to the Academy Awards. Do you know? It was like that the year she won.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like parked your car under the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion.
Wow,
It's
that's
just like it's just such a different thing now.
Right.
And there was such a purity to it
know.
that my initial love. I'm pleased for myself that I was alive at a time where I could have had that experience of watching this in a kind of pure way. Where now I'm not saying it would suck to win an Oscar now, but at all.
you
I'm
have
just saying
information
I have
about what it
information about what
is.
it was and what it was for people and the importance and the sort of. I mean, the first Academy Awards that were handed out was just like in a room. It wasn't
Banquet.
televised, and
Yeah.
it was like a banquet.
Yeah.
And it was just, and now it's become this like Goldderby race to the top.
Goldderby,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, it's wild.
Well, this is what I want to say. Like, there was someone on Subway Takes recently was like,
Oh.
my take is like, if you have a stylist, that means you're not a stylish person. I'm like, well, no.
Interesting.
And then I think
Who said that?
Some
Okay,
some cool fashion
okay,
person.
right.
And then it was 100% agree. It was just like, oh, but yes, but I see what you're trying to say. But the fact is, this is just like another element in this whole
Totally.
maximalist thing that we have with awards now.
And
You know what I
also,
mean? And just
back then there were fewer things to like, fewer
Aware,
ways to express your, like you. Maybe I could say that might have been true 20 or 30 years ago, but now there's too much stuff.
logistics.
Yeah.
even.
There's just like too much. Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
how would you even know where to begin?
Right.
Unless you're Kim and you go back through all the archives and you pull.
Right,
and like, Then
exactly.
she does these things where I'm like, what is this dress? And she's like, 1994 Galliano, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I see.
Of course it is.
I'm wearing new Celine, but congrats. To you. You know what I mean?
How
like,
how do you feel though about like the 6-month or 7-month Oscar race now? Like, I wonder, like, as someone who loves it, because we
love
talk
it.
about
Love
this
it.
a lot
like
too.
I'm a person who like remember from Premiere Magazine used to be able to pull out like ballot or Movie Line Magazine, Premiere Magazine.
Yeah.
Remember that? You could like pull out ballots and like. I just love it.
Follow
I love
along.
it. Yeah, and I'm one of those people. This is off topic, but I'll get back to your thing, which is I don't want you to talk to me at the Oscars party. Like when I'm watching. Have you been to that? Yeah,
watching.
I'm
yeah,
watching.
we were there last
Okay.
year.
So you go sometimes to the Vanity Fair dinner, which I've been to many times. It's a
Mm-hmm.
real honor to be there. I love it. You're with all these incredible people, but people are talking. They be
Yeah.
talking, and I'm one of those people who's just like, I
Yeah.
care a lot
About it.
We're at the finish
and we're at the
line.
finish line, and we're waiting for Best Actress, and they're making us go crazy.
Right.
And it's just like I am. The crazy person who does not want to be talked to during an award ceremony.
Yep.
I want to watch it.
Yep.
And people are like, "Oh, are you bummed you're not going?" I'm like, "Oh, hell no!"
no.
Yeah,
I'm in my
no.
pajamas.
It's a big
They're
deal.
coming over after. We're going to go to the party after, but I just want to watch. Anyway, the 6-month run to
Yeah.
me is arduous.
Yeah, it's
and
very
also I think
arduous.
sometimes like I'm not going to say who, but I have friends who have gone through this
All of it.
and have had like just like the thing where you have these hopes,
I know.
these little twinkly dreams and hopes that then get dashed because someone has entered the race that wasn't expected, that's now won the National Board of Review.
Yeah.
And does this weaken your chances? And it's just like,
It's like sports.
it's like sports now where you're like, well, she won all 5 things leading up. So the odds of her losing is just really, and then you've got,
And then
it just puts everything. Holland Taylor, whom I love obviously very much, who's my partner in life and things in all things that matter to me, is always talking about like, why are we doing this to each other?
Yeah.
Because it's so subjective. What is the greatest? And why are you turning it into this thing of this is better than that? All of the things that go into what make a great performance, like there's so many variables from the actors you're working with to your editors to the the movie itself, whether it lands for people. You can be the greatest performance in a movie. If the movie doesn't work, does that ruin your chances? It's like, it's such a really psychotic thing to do to little fragile people, like
I know,
performers,
artists
like little artists,
who
performers.
are not necessarily cut out for the
for the
athletic.
cutthroat component of it.
Right.
And I went through this during the Tonys, which to me was the most arduous of them that I'd ever been fortunate enough to
Really?
experience, because you're actually doing the show
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
while it's happening. And then like, your stage manager will sweetly say, we had 10 voters in tonight. Like after you're done and you're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. Like,
You're like,
and you're
but
like,
act
and then
two.
exactly, but act 2. And I'm like, why are you telling, like, and you then start to like figure out whether or not you thought your performance that was like, every like as you get towards the end of your run, you're like, you only have 20 performances left, and like it gets sort of stolen from you with the worry and the fear that you had an off night or something that just maybe didn't quite land, or the audience was quieter, and did that mean that they weren't as into it? And
Yeah.
it just like, and then you're like out there in the morning doing your like Good Morning Americas, and you're talking to all the people, and it's just, you've been on vocal rest normally while you were doing your play for the whole time, and now you're out there, now you're
Campaigning.
on pounds of steroids and you're campaigning.
Yep.
And as much as I was happy to do it, because I was truly, it was like the 7-year-old in me was like, I can't believe this is happening to me. It still was also like, woo, like And then I also had to deal with my hunger. It made the hunger worse.
I think it's so
it made it worse.
Cool of you to admit.
Oh, I wanted it, and I wanted it very bad.
Thank you
and
for
you
saying
deserved
that.
it. And honestly, and I was gonna say, like, sometimes I feel like for both your Emmy win and your Tony win, you were the front runner on. I know because of Goldderby, we were aware. Like
this episode is an ad for Goldderby.
no, but this is a big part of like
yes,
what
it's true.
got me aspirational about all of this is like, and it felt like going to that site, you could be a part of it. And so when they make you the front runner, that feels like almost more pressure.
I've been the
than
front
when you
runner
sit
on
in,
that
like, the
Goldderby,
fourth
and I've not won.
Bummer.
That's happened a couple of times actually.
Yeah.
But so you kind of have to take it
Roll
all with
with
it.
it.
But it does make it's like, to me, it's like you're a horse at a race, and you've been running the same race, and you're doing what you're doing. And all of a sudden, they put like a carrot in front of you, and then they just keep moving it further and further away. But like you're getting closer and closer, and all of a sudden you're so hungry.
Yeah.
You're like, if you don't get me that carrot, I'm gonna die.
Amy Poehler says it's the cookie in her book.
Cookie.
It's like, I didn't even know the cookie
I didn't know that it was
existed.
there, and now that I know it's there, now I really want it.
Yeah.
It's like it's so funny where all of a sudden it's the possibility of it makes you absolutely have to have it.
Fucks up your
It fucks up your expectation, and then it's just.
He's been nominated 5 times.
Well,
God.
The thing about
Have
the
you
horse,
won? You've won?
I've never won.
Not one. Oh.
But the horse doesn't know.
The horse doesn't know.
The horse has no idea what the race is.
The horse doesn't know what the race is, and the horse is just running it. But you're now atop the horse.
But we know the horse. Yeah,
you
you're on
know
top
the
of the horse,
and you
were
were just the horse, but now you're riding on top of the horse.
Yeah.
And now you're like, come on, you can do it. And it's like, I'm just tired. I just want to run the race.
I know.
And you're like, but look at this hoe back here. She is coming up
She's
on my
coming.
heels.
Her up, yeah.
And we gotta keep going.
Yep.
And then it puts this whole little thing of competitiveness around it that's just
not natural
I've
to
had
it.
some friends of mine who've been like, oh, it turned dark.
It turned dark.
It can turn dark.
Our friend, your friend, I think, Kate Blanchett was on this podcast, and like she like made some headlines because she just expressed something very similar to this. She was like, I think, what if we did it where it was just like no cameras around, and then that
Right.
became a whole story. It's like, oh no, don't
Yeah.
even. This is like someone who has been celebrated by this contraption,
Totally.
this apparatus.
Multiple
over,
times
yeah.
over.
Yes, and it's like she must be coming from a place of knowledge about this.
Yes, it's really. I think it just puts a tiny bit of, and I can just hear like people a bit groaning, being like, "Oh, cry me a river." But it's like there's something about an artistic pursuit that is worth celebrating the pursuit. Like the pursuit is all, and then when you start putting these other things on it, it starts to become too heavy. Where's the whatever that phrase
heavy as
that
the head.
heavy as the head that wears the crown, and it's just like. You want so much to not care, and then if you do care, you care too much, and it just becomes
It's
this
vulnerable.
dizzying, vulnerable making thing that I think we should normalize a little bit, where people
Yeah.
are just like, aren't you excited? And you're like, I'm scared, I'm hungry, I'm in this dress all the time, I really want it, I feel like I look old and fat and tired, and it just, it's a whole thing.
I'll never. We were sitting in that room, and when. And we loved Mikey Madison and Honora, but when Demi Moore lost, it was kind of just like
The air left.
I remember feeling like I wish we hadn't done any
I
of
know.
this.
I remember being in the audience when Olivia Colman won the year of Glenn Close and Olivia Colman thing, and there was an audible sound in the audience.
Oh,
and it wasn't
it was a
because
scream.
people weren't excited about Olivia Colman, because it's one of the great performances of all time, the favorite. But I think this expectation was Glenn was finally going to get her Oscar.
Yeah.
Her
It was
much-
6
and
months
it
of
was
that.
6 months of this, and then there she was in this gold. It was just incredible, and then it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like
She
there was
dressed like a
sound.
winner.
There was a sound, and I remember being like, "Oh, I can't handle this. This is just."
No, it was hard.
And it's just there's something about it that at the same time I'm like, I can't wait to campaign for one.
Yeah.
It means that I'm just kidding. That would mean that I was like in a movie I was proud of and excited to
Well,
be
I
in,
remember.
guess.
I remember. You had deserved buzz for I think 12 Years a Slave,
Oh,
for
yeah.
Carol. I
Yeah.
mean, you've been in great films.
I've been in some great movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what
Lovely.
do you think it's like? Because probably nowadays it's a little bit different than it was, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But is it directors that drive you? Because you're in a lot of great ensembles too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the truth is, like, I wish I could pretend that I was the architect of my career in a way. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I often feel like I just sometimes say yes to something that speaks to me, but I'm not always. I've had conversations with Kate about, like, she is really thinking about a director, and she really, and I do sometimes, but like, I mostly just so excited that someone wants me to be there, that if it's something I think I can, I mean, I will say the one thing that I think really drives me is actually the level of terror I have about my ability to do it.
And that makes you want to?
Yes.
Wow,
and the
so
more
like
terrified I am to do it, the more likely I am to say yes. But there's more like hemming and hawing beforehand. And fear is a big motivator for me to do it. And it's surprising to me because I'm a little bit of a nervous Nelly, I would say.
And
So
is the fear in you reading what's on the page and what is happening in the script makes you nervous, or is the fear in that you're reading it and you don't get it at first?
No, it's my fear is that like, is what I think it is what it is?
Got it.
It's like a combination of like, intellectually, is this hitting where do I get what is desired here? Mm-hmm. Do I know what to do? I mean, like, I think about this all the time. I haven't auditioned for something in a very, very long time. And I miss it.
Yeah.
Because when you walk on a set for a job you've auditioned for, you know that you were there because what you did for this very thing was the thing that they decided they wanted.
Yes.
So you don't walk on going, oh God, they asked me to be here because of my Marcia Clark performance, and this is a different piece, or they want me here because of some other thing they saw, and so then I end up going, I don't know if they know what and who it is, and if my take on it is right. I love that feeling of knowing I've earned a job based on what I did for that specific job, and then I feel more confident starting the day. Otherwise, it feels really, I don't know. I just it ratchets up my terror of failing when I have not earned it, but it might
of course,
you know.
And then because this is a thing that I've expressed to, let's say, my team, and they're just like, oh yeah, sure. I'm like, I would love to audition. Like, please don't ever tell anyone that I don't audition. Like, I don't read for stuff. I would love to read for something. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Still haven't in a while.
Yeah.
And I almost kind of want to do it for this exact reason.
Yeah.
But like, has this been a thing that you've talked about with your people where it's like, they're like, no, but Sarah, like.
I did say it recently, I feel like, but on some level now, the other part is like everything's happening on Zoom.
I know.
So it's like, I think about the number of jobs that I got in my early career, which were not many, but when I got them, it was because of my experience in the room and a director going, could you try this? And then I did try it, and they either liked it or whatever, but like, or my little banter with them as I was leaving the room, or whatever it was, it happened because of a personal connection in the room, some sort of thing of, you know. And I remember, you collaborated. I remember auditioning for The Goldfinch, which was a movie nobody saw, but one of my favorite books. And I got the job, but the director wouldn't cast me until we had a FaceTime. Or we were supposed to see each other in person, but we couldn't because he was like, I don't have people on my set I've never like sat down and had a conversation with. Because what if that's a vibe where it's like not going to be great for a myriad of reasons, but like that was the last time I auditioned and the last time I had an experience where a director was like, it's important to me to have actual contact with you before you're on my set.
Wow.
Just in case, you know, who knows what all the
you
reasons
have
are, but
to
it makes a lot of
also,
sense
like,
to me.
You have to. I think the most important thing that you realize once you start working more is that people just get it and we can move on. So taking a note and applying it quickly is one of the most important things.
And it's how you can tell that a person can move quickly and think quickly.
Right.
Because that's what you need on a set where you're doing, you know, especially television. It's like you're doing 10 pages of dialogue in a day.
Yeah, that's why the self-tapes of it all, I just think are
I don't get how anybody gets a job. I don't know how anybody gets a job. I'm just like, the self-tape thing is a nightmare. I don't think I've ever met anyone who liked to listen to the sound of their voice, like on a voice memo or on a recording of any kind. It's hard. And then just take your face, blow it up on the thing, and then be like, deal with it. And it's just really...
imagine being like, yep.
Yeah.
There
there
I
are some
am,
people, you know
all
who's
big.
like that? Niecy Nash is like
Niecy
that. It's
loves
like
it.
all I want to do is just a little dose of Niecy Nash, who just is like, I look great. And you're like, you do.
So
I love it.
And you do.
And
but
she's goddamn right.
She's goddamn right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just touch me a little bit. Just let some of it rub off on me. 'Cause I don't have that.
The Niecy Renaissance
the Niecy
is one of my favorite Renaissances.
Getting On was one of them. I mean, did you guys?
Oh, come on.
What can
Let's
a person do to get Getting On back on the air?
I
With
was
Laurie
just thinking about
Metcalf,
Getting
what
On.
the greatest actress in the world to me,
Ever.
Laurie Metcalf. Just get it back
on.
now.
Yeah, we
Alex
really let that one
Borstein.
go.
Alex Borstein. I mean,
So good. I mean, I think TikTok was kind of having fun with the whole, like, when like they're talking
translate.
like the translate.
Yeah, that was really.
Getting On was what happened right before all three of them
Popped off.
popped off again, because that was right before Lady Bird.
Yeah.
It was before
and before Maisel. Yeah.
Maisel, and then Niecy in Everything.
Everything. That's right. Dahmer winning the Emmy.
Yes.
Yeah. All of it. All of it.
Oh, I love it.
I love a Niecy Renaissance.
Do you have a favorite Oscar win?
Oh, favorite?
It's a
Oscar
big
winner?
question.
Big question. I don't know that I do. Oh, I've got one.
What is yours?
Mine is a little basic, but it's Julia Roberts and Aaron Brockovich. That's just one of my favorite
Big movie
performances
star
ever.
performance.
Big movie star performance, but it was in a grounded Soderbergh thing. Like I just liked that it just
that she won for it.
she won for it after all of her stuff. You know,
God.
it's a
I'm
lot.
gonna share this
Favorite.
one because it caught me by surprise, but I loved it at the time. I was like, I can't believe they voted for that, and I'm obsessed that they did. Was Tilda Swinton and Michael Clayton?
Oh,
She won for Michael Clayton.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Do you remember at the end of that movie
That's a good
when he's
one.
walking away from
Yeah.
her because he's told her like, "I got you,"
Yeah.
and she just
Crumbles.
collapses?
Yeah, collapses.
I was like,
Fuck yeah.
Tilda Swinton.
Tilda.
Yeah, that was
God,
and Catherine
favorite.
Zeta-Jones in Chicago because it's so.
It's performance.
I just love a music. I love when a musical comes through
You
and
know,
just perfectly matched.
I guess I'm going to say Jessica Lange
Yeah.
in Tootsie.
There we go.
Because it is an extraordinarily special performance, and she should have won for Frances.
Yeah.
Now you can't beat Meryl Streep and Sophie's Choice. It's
cannot.
not.
Oh,
You,
was
it's
that
not. That was the same
year?
year. So Jessica was nominated. I think is it possible? Wait, was Jessica nominated for 2 Academy Awards in the same year?
I think she may have been one of those. Meryl Streep won for Sophie's Choice, and the other nominees, this is good. Jessica Lange, Frances, Sissy Spacek, Missing, Deborah Winger, Officer and a Gentleman, and Julie Andrews, Victor, Victoria.
Right. And
See,
did
this
Jessica
is-
win for Tootsie that same year for supporting actress?
Let's look. 1982. This was
Awards. Best
Awards.
supporting actress was Jessica
Jessica
Lange.
Lange
Yeah,
for
so I'm
Tootsie,
right about
yeah.
this. Thank you. I like my
Wow, well
Oscar
done.
stuff.
Have you
yeah.
met Louis Vertel?
No. Oh, I think I have.
He hosts Keep
Yeah,
It.
yeah, yeah.
You guys
yeah.
have the same.
I got it in
recall
there.
for
I got
this.
it in there.
Yeah.
And Jessica Lange, I think the reason I think that performance is so underrated, and I mean, she won an Oscar, so not that underrated, but like
Yeah.
in terms of like why people don't necessarily know, it's just playing the girl in a movie like that with Dustin Hoffman
Right.
being an absolute like next level genius.
Yeah.
And to have this sparkly, she was so sparkly.
Yeah.
And just like, but it was also the juxtaposition of that performance with Frances, which her performance in Frances is one of the, for me, unparalleled. I
Yeah.
think it's really, and Kim Stanley, who is my favorite actress of all time, who played her mother in that movie.
This
Kim
era
Stanley
was
was my
so-
wallpaper on my phone for a very long time. And
Yeah.
there's a very great book called The Female Brando about Kim Stanley. She's really extraordinary. She did so few movies, but she did a lot of stuff on stage. But remember, she calls her little sister in that movie. She's
Yeah.
her mother. I mean, it's really.
Never seen Princess.
Oh,
Oh,
you
it's
got to get
great.
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
just
gotta
let's
get it.
please watch it, and the next time I see you, just tell me that you know what I'm talking. You
Quiz
will
my ass.
quiz your ass
Yeah, yeah.
because it's really some of the best acting ever.
Also, they make so few movies like that now. So
Like, what are
right
they-
right after you, Jennifer Lawrence is
Yeah.
coming in, and we just watched Die My
Oh,
Love.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
It's like Cassavetes.
Oh,
It's-
great.
It's Women
Thank
Under the
you.
Influence.
It
Yeah, it's another
literally
great
is.
performance.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that's just like, oh,
Like who won over Jenna Rollins for Woman Under the Influence?
God, this was
It's a really good
Because I think
question.
74.
That's the year I was born. Woo!
Okay, so
So who won it?
That was Ellen Burstyn for
Burstyn.
Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Okay, I'm
So-
going to say something really unpopular.
Okay.
That was incorrect.
And that was the year after she had lost for The Exorcist.
Well,
so
she
maybe
was
it was
excellent
feeling
in both
like
movies. She was
yeah.
beyond excellent in Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody could be better. She's an extraordinary actress. Jenna Rollins' performance in A Woman Under the Influence is just like somebody walking a tightrope 1,000 miles above sea level. It's just not. It's not normal.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying that Ellen Burstyn shouldn't have won an Oscar. I mean, am I going to go to jail
Yeah, but,
for that?
no,
But I mean,
no,
like,
no,
you know what I mean? Like,
decades later, she would deserve it for Requiem.
beyond
what I
the
mean?
pale and
Yes,
did not
yes.
get it, right?
Yeah, did not get it.
Was she nominated? She was
She
nominated.
was nominated, but I believe that was the year of Helen Hunt. Hold on, wait.
Oh,
Let me
God.
see this.
Wow. So this is when it gets so crazy.
I know.
That's so, and this is why
Actresses.
Holland's point is
Yes.
to be
Yes.
really, really taken.
Truly.
How can someone measure that Alice Doesn't Live Here's performance is better than this performance, and that Ellen Burstyn in Requiem does not best Helen Hunt
Hunt.
in
I lied. Ellen Burstyn lost to Julia Roberts for Erin Brockovich. This was 2000.
Damn.
well, they
okay.
put her in lead.
They did.
She should have been in
Lead was very
supporting.
broad.
I think it was the Ellen Burstyn of it all that made her pushed into
She should have
but
been in supporting and she
category-
would've won.
Does
Yeah.
category fraud drive you crazy?
It does, but I feel like I've committed it.
Where? When?
I feel like on Horror
not your
Story once,
fault.
it's not my fault. It gets decided.
Oh, that they put
I
you
think
in
there was
supporting.
sometimes I was put in lead because I technically qualified to be in it.
Yeah.
Because maybe the supporting actor category was going to be too crowded. So
Crowded.
someone at the studio made a decision to put me in the other one, and then I did get nominated in that category, and I think it
Yes.
was the right thing. But I don't. Like, what's the most egregious version of Category 5
the worst?
that you would...
You know what's weird? In a reverse way, Anthony Hopkins is only in Silence of the Lambs for a little bit over 10 minutes and won Best Actor.
Sure.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because that movie is all Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she won too, right?
It is what it is. I understand why it happens.
I understand why it happens too, but it's just, this is why we should just abolish it all.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, that
Let's
I think
have a
was what
party.
Kate was getting
just
at.
like have a party. Everybody's nominated. You all get your certificate. Everybody should get a statue.
You get your Oscar first, and then we'll abolish it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank
This
you.
is my
Thank
thing
you.
because I
Thank
do
you.
agree it's getting weird, especially like when the Golden Globes or whatever, but like the comedy drama placements, like the Emmys, it's like, okay, some of these things that get called comedies, it's like so silly. I almost feel like everyone shows up to the awards and it's a surprise. like 5 awards
You're
get given out.
nominated. You're nominated. You know what I mean? You're like, and you're just, oh my God, what? Yes, I think that's really true. Like,
something should change.
Something should change.
This is why we have our fake, goofy, fun award show.
Which I wanted to go to this past
Please
year, but I was
come.
out of town. But I wanted to go desperately. Really wanted to go.
If we get if we have our druthers, we do it as many years as they let us. And
why wouldn't they let you do it again and again? Wasn't it a delicious success?
It was fun, but
you know how it is. But basically, like when we were reaching out to people for the Culture Awards, we didn't know who was actually out of town or who was like, what the fuck
I wasn't
is
in
that?
town. I would have 100% been there.
Oh.
Okay, well, next year.
100%.
Next year.
Allegedly next year.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Another really good title of that.
Yes.
Allegedly is fun.
But anyway, you're right. I mean, I think we've actually gotten... this is helpful information because I think when Kate was here and talking about this, like, of course the nuance got taken out of it for the headline.
Oh, yes.
But I think this, like, let's please... Y'all... EWs and ETs of the world. Let's just really
let's rein it in.
Let's rein it in and do this conversation justice. You know what I mean?
That's
I think it's because we care.
Yeah.
It's because we care about it.
Yes.
It's because
it's also because it matters. It does
real.
matter to me in the sense that, like, little me watched the Tony Awards, watched the Oscars, watched the Emmys. Like, I watched them. Like, was obsessed with them and planned out and political and mapped out and.
You want to know why we have Viola Davis today being a lead actress? Because she was nominated for Doubt. Because there was room for her in a supporting category that allowed a 9-minute performance that was that outstanding to be nominated. And so now she is the powerhouse Viola Davis that we have because she was an Oscar nominee.
I have a whole thing that I want to do with petitioning SAG about this because I really feel
there should be
that the SAG Awards in particular, they do everything. Everybody goes into one category. Supporting actors are in the leading. Like you can't. But why lump in? It's like also all the supporting actors. Like there is not. It's like the buttress of a building. It's like the building cannot stand without. It's like you need all of it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's a real diminishment of a supporting actor by way of not giving like space, room, and opportunity. And also the career change that it can affect. If all of a sudden you give a 9-minute performance in something that is outstanding and then you find yourself in the same conversation with these actors who have been around forever and who you all of a sudden have an opportunity to make a better living, you get more opportunity. It's just about the opportunity. So it's like...
And then within 15 years, you fully EGOT.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like,
if you're Viola Davis, if you're Viola Davis,
Which there are so many talented people out there like that deserve the supporting stuff. Drives me nuts because I'm like, that's where the character actors get the shine.
Where sometimes the best work is happening.
100%.
Agree.
Might be time. I do, just before we go, want to connect you guys on the Studio 60 and SNL of it all.
Yes.
Because that was such an incredible show, and undersung show, and your performance in that, I think, really put you on the map in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did, except for, I think a lot of people didn't think I was funny on it, which is
well, it was
fair,
like a drama
but
about
it was
a
a dramedy,
show.
and also like Aaron wasn't like Aaron, who is Aaron Sorkin, who is a genius, but like didn't have any writers there doing any like sketch writing. He was doing all of it. So like based on like some of the things I did in my audition were like I imitated this person and I imitated that person and I could do my impressions and things. But like it just didn't really become about that, you know, but like also every single time my character came on screen, it was like somebody was talking about how this, like I was the Kristen Wiig of the show, the world's, you know, I'm Gilda Radner, like the funniest sketch performer, and then like they never gave me any sketches to do, and then like so people were like, we don't get
she's
this.
doing an amazing dramatic performance.
Exactly, and they're like, what is this? But you know, I was really playing Kristen Chenoweth, who is Aaron Sorkin's love at the time, and so like that was its, you know. Yeah, it was just so she was conservative, and Matthew Perry was playing the sort of Aaron character, and it was just really. And I thought that show was going to last forever. Because it was right after Friends, right after The West Wing, and it was like, well, look at me walking up to this right in this moment, and then sure enough.
Yeah. Sure enough.
Nobody cared.
What year did you move to LA after?
I
when
moved
was
to
NYU?
LA in 1998.
Chic. Great year, it seems like.
1988? 1998? 98.
98.
98, I
When
think.
Hollywood was.
When Hollywood, yeah.
But it's like I kind of miss like back in the day, like when we were coming up, it was like okay, like pilot season.
Pilot
it's like,
season.
yeah.
Pilot
Such a-
season.
I got
and like,
1.5 in and then it died.
Oh, yeah.
Because I moved out there, 2018?
Yeah.
No,
So
we
then
were still
2020.
pilot season, serious, and like seeing all the same girls at every
Yeah.
single audition, and like going into like I remember when I went to Test for Down with Love, this movie I did with.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes, and it was like Tina Fey and me and Allison Janney and Courtney. It was just like us, and like pulling up and seeing so and so walk to their car, and Zach Braff was in there reading with a bunch of people, and then this one came in to read with this one, and it was just like
Something
that's
glamorous
and that was
about
like
it.
it was like it was a very different thing, and they were mixing and matching and putting different people, and it was a whole thing where you would like be confronted with your competition,
You would learn a lot.
and you learn a lot, and you know. I remember testing for a pilot against Hilary Swank.
Wow.
Like, oh yeah, it was like there was like a sea of us, and now like we never see
other.
everybody anymore, except for like we don't see each other in the trenches anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
It used to be like, look at us all out here, like we were in our bathrooms this morning, like la la la, like putting on our makeup and running our lines, and in the car like practicing your stuff, and then getting there and asking for a highlighter, and you know all that stuff, signing in and seeing who had been there before you, and those days are gone.
Yeah, the La La Land.
Yeah.
The La La Land
depicted
moment.
world is not
When
a
I
thing
was
anymore.
young. Yeah, exactly. I never needed anyone.
There was a time when I would be in multiple waiting rooms for auditions with, for some reason, Leslie Bibb, and I'm like, LOL.
I love that.
The two of us being like we weren't up
Me
for the
also.
same parts.
Also, Leslie Bibb
I'm
also.
sure, but it's like, for
bet.
me and Leslie Bibb to be in the same audition waiting
You were
room
like-
was hilarious. I was like, oh, we're
Again
not
and
going-
again?
But it's like she would never remember this, but it's like
I
I
bet
think
she
she
would
might.
remember. I
Bib
bet
might
she would
remember
remember.
that.
I don't think so.
She's so cool.
She's cool.
She's cool.
She's
Yeah.
the coolest.
Okay, I don't think so. Anytime.
It might be time for
might
I
be
Don't Think So, Honey.
time.
This is our 1 minute segment where we take exactly that amount of time to dress something down in culture that's got us twisted. And we've come to the reality portion of the episode because I got a bone to pick with an icon.
Okay.
Oh.
This is
God,
Matt
a
Rogers. I
bone
don't
to
think
pick with
so,
Mega.
honey, and his time starts now.
I Don't Think So, Honey. Jeff Probst, you're not going to get away with calling Parvati Shallow a 1.5-time winner of Survivor.
Incorrect.
She won 2 times. She won Micronesia, and you know that.
Yep.
And she just won Australian Survivor, which is, I'm going to say it, not only more difficult version of Survivor, but a better produced version of Survivor.
The best season of Survivor.
American Survivor, you better get it together because they are lapping you, they are outclassing you around the world. Do not play with me about Parv. Don't
fuck
Jeff-
with Parv.
Jeff-
30 seconds.
Yeah, I've got a lot to say about the amount of twists in the show. I'm a diehard fan of the show for years, and I don't think it's getting better.
Oh.
So for you to pick on one of the great iconic winners of the show,
15
I think
seconds.
just because she went and did Traitors and that pisses you off, don't show that you're insecure, Jeff.
Oh, no.
Because I will get you on
5
this
seconds.
podcast. I Don't Think So, honey. Nothing but respect for the queen, Parvati. Love ya.
Love you. That's
Whoa.
1 minute.
Listen.
That is a tough act to follow. I mostly really liked your energy. I really
match the
liked. I
energy.
just yeah.
I don't
really,
like it.
I
Are you
really,
a Survivor person?
I in the beginning I watched Survivor.
You're a Housewives person.
I'm a Housewives person in a major way.
So
major
What are your
way.
What are your recent thoughts?
I mean, I'm obsessed with Salt Lake. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I am
What
here
did any
for
of
it.
us
What did any of us do?
What did we do? Because this is giving me. I don't know what's going on with Lisa Barlow. I don't know.
She's going through something.
There's a
Something is really
meltdown
going through
happening.
something, and the stuff with her and John, I'm a little bit like, what is that going to be? Credit card fraud. We don't know whatever's happening with Bronwyn. I don't
that
know.
came
Like
out
what
of
that came out of
nowhere,
nowhere.
too. Nowhere.
And something is sealed, and we can't discuss it. She was saying, and I was like, what is sealed? She's like, it's
I
sealed.
think
It
it's
can't
probably
be.
because something happened.
Yeah, but like what? Like how identity? Like what? Like what
Yeah,
would
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like what?
yeah, yeah.
Like I think you can surprise yourself with like what is categorized as like mail fraud, identity. Like some things are weird, and it might be something weird.
Well, you're a lawyer now.
I'm Esquire now,
You're
but I'm
Esquire.
just saying.
Carrington
and I
Lane
also
would know.
Carrington Lane would definitely know. And she wouldn't be friends with any of them. She would hate them
No.
all.
She would hate them all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, maybe she'd hang out with Mary a little bit. And I can't figure out why does Angie talk so slow? Why does Angie everything with Angie?
Well,
I like
it's
Angie.
very.
but
It's the speed
it's the
and
speed
it's
and
the
Well,
gesture.
Mary,
gesturing.
you know that you are my closest
this
friend here.
right? And I'm like,
Also, did you notice this about her? Something that's become very apparent is that the way she turns.
The side eye is very good. Someone did a super good of the Angie K, our favorite. Honestly.
Our favorite.
We love
Yeah,
her.
I love Angie K, but like, why is everything?
Well,
And when she thinks she's giving a very like a big diss, it's like she does it in this way that is so normal.
Yeah.
Like you are the Jen Shaw of, and you're like, oh, is that supposed to be like a gauntlet thrown? Like,
Right.
what are we throwing down? I can't. It's just, but I am the way I eat it up.
Of course.
I mean,
I just can't get enough of
I
it.
think that Angie K solidified. Obviously, high body count hair was great. But
High body
You know
count.
what doesn't get
Well, 'cause-
respected? Trampoline with eyes.
Trampling with eyes.
Trampling with eyes is not
so good. High body count hair, but trampling with eyes. But also, I mean, I just watched the one with Brittany and her daughter, and that was. I
Oh,
just want
so
to bring
much.
it down for 1 second and just say,
Yeah.
this is really. I felt sad because what I can't understand about Brittany is why she's always like, okay,
Yeah.
everything's like, I know, I do. When Whitney was like, you should want to deal with
should
your
wanna do
daughter,
that,
and
yeah.
she's like, I do. I do. And I'm just like, is everything okay with Brittany?
It has to cut through a lot of noise that has been like.
You mean the sound of like a
blasted
flat line? It's like,
It's like an emotional flat line.
it's like an emotional
It's
flat
like,
line.
is
I'm
there
like, hello,
something?
is this on?
Someone's there.
Her daughter's like, and the idea that she was this great mom and that like it's
I
almost,
know.
it's really hard when you're 12 and like you lose your mother to another person who isn't even your dad.
Yeah, a guy who's obviously like love bombing and
Love
gaslighting
bombing,
her again.
yeah.
A total narcissist. They gave her daughter a confessional. I was
confessional.
like,
I thought that
have
was
they ever
wild.
given a friend
No.
of's daughter a confessional?
But I feel like Brittany isn't a friend of anymore. I feel like something's happening to us
No.
where we're being given more
Oh, no,
Brittany.
she's main cast.
She's main cast now, right?
Absolutely. Well,
I think
she deserves this spot.
she
You do?
deserves this spot.
I think for her to really like have a footprint on that show with that cast, that stacked cast, I think she deserves it. Why not?
Okay. Is there anybody you'd pull away?
Ooh, this is so hard.
Really tough.
I wouldn't do that now.
I wouldn't do that.
Not
You
now.
want to know what? Maybe last year I thought Whitney felt absent.
Agreed.
But this year I
Agreed.
think she's having a great
I'm really
season.
into Whitney right now.
Yeah.
I'm
Same.
into like her being like,
Yeah.
everything fell apart. Also, what about, it's the way she says, oh God, what is it?
Second
she say?
dick? No.
What she says, I fell. Everything is, instead of feel, it's
I
fell.
fell.
I fell, and he tells.
Helling journey.
It's my helling journey.
Yep.
I'm
And
still
I'm
helling.
still helling.
Who are you
Yeah.
on recently on Watch What Happened? Who have your most
I'm
recent
going
Watch What
on
Happened?
Wednesday
Do you know
with
who you're with?
Bronwyn.
I'm on
I was last
in
time with
December
Heather
with
Gay.
Angie, and he's been on with Angie.
I've been on
so
with
we
Angie.
share Angie.
Angie K. I was on with
K.
Heather Gay, Lisa Renna, Dorinda, who still
Wow.
to this day to me is like iconic.
Yes.
We were
love Dorinda.
recently sent a picture. In fact, it was as recent as last night of Dorinda and Luann
together.
and the all I can say is that the photo had sexual
Energy.
tension in it.
Okay, well, Luann came to both of them came to my play. Luann came to my play, and that was something.
Yeah.
that
She's
was something.
something.
She is really something.
She's a star.
She's a star.
Definitely.
I mean, she sang a little bit for me.
Did she?
She did.
At your show.
At my show, because a friend of mine my friend Carla Gallo is obsessed with her, and I videoed her, and it was like she thought she was doing a cameo, is what it felt like. She was like, darling, cat.
She's done so many.
And I was like,
Used to
it's just my friend on the face. It's
Yeah.
really not. But I was here for it.
Have you ever gotten a Housewives cameo?
No.
Joel
Like
Booster?
Jamie Lee Curtis style, and like go
Okay.
there with like, remember when she went on? Do you remember when Jamie Lee Curtis
she
was
went
on?
on Beverly
She went on
Hills.
Beverly
Oh, yes,
Hills,
yes, of course,
and she
of
like
course.
brought
So
her
she-
My Hand in
Oh,
Yours.
I mean like a cameo, like a cameo
video message.
Oh no!
Because
Oh,
you
like
know
a
the
literal
Housewives
cameo.
are all on
No,
that.
no one's ever sent that to me, but I'm relying on
the-
you to do that.
will
Okay,
do that for
no,
you.
we
Yeah.
will do that for you. I'll pick.
But who would I be?
We got one from
Dorinda.
Dorinda.
Joel Kim Booster sent us one so that he could ask us to be in his wedding party, and I got Dolores Catania. Loved.
Amazing.
Love.
I mean, I just love the Housewives. I'm very grateful for them too. I mean, they used to help me survive a JetBlue flight to New York. Is really how I started.
Oh, yeah.
it. When I would watch the OC from the beginning, and just like 5 hours later, I'd be like, in New York, don't want to get off the plane.
Right. I'm glued.
Watching, I'm glued.
I always appreciated your love for Bravo and Housewives vis-a-vis you being this incredible actor, because I was just like, well, it has to be
There's
informative.
some part of me that is really fascinated by, the thing you think when you read something and you go, no one would ever do this. Who would behave this way? And you're like, oh, no, there is no end
Yep.
to what people will do or behave, how they will behave.
Yep.
And the minute you decide that it's like an impossibility, it's like all the more. And this show to me is like evidence of that
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a daily basis. And I'm just fascinated by
You couldn't make
the
up
human
Jen Shaw.
behavior. No, you couldn't make up Jen Shaw. You couldn't make up Bronwyn. You couldn't make up Mary. You couldn't make up any of them.
No, you
Right.
certainly couldn't.
Meredith,
Make up
Their
No.
heads like over here. Like, why is it on the side? Why is it on the side?
We rewatched this weekend
I just
at
don't
2 in the
know.
morning.
We just did.
You can leave Palm Springs. Security.
can leave. If you're
Just
looking
leave.
for the best episode of Housewives,
that's right.
it is All Tricks, No Trust. In that season, the Palm Springs episode at the Trixie Motel.
And I
That
did
is
ask
it.
Heather Gay directly if she was peeing or if that was vomit.
Both.
I think it's both.
She's not sure.
She don't remember.
I don't think she remembers, but
She's a friend.
I
We love
think,
her.
yeah. She thinks it was vomit, and
was
I think
too
it was
liquid to be
too liquid.
vomit.
It was
Too
pee.
It was coming.
I think it was also coming from so low.
I know.
I just feel like
No.
it was.
She was
like
leaking.
the way it was coming out. The force, the
Yeah.
force
The
field was
pressure.
like too low for if it came that high. If it came
Yeah.
up from high enough,
It'd be
it would have
viscous.
been viscousy.
Yeah.
And it also would have like lost
Angled.
its power down, and it's had a lot of force.
Totally.
I think we should revisit it because
think we're
it's-
scientists.
We
scientists.
literally I would watch it once a week. Also, our friend Jared watches the OC reunion that's about Brooks. He watches it to go to bed.
Yes, that's his
he's
Oh,
like
it's
soothing.
he can't do it unless it's unless that thing is on. I'm
Right.
like Vicky's daughter.
Oh God.
What's her name? Jesus, coming out and whenever
That's
it's
my
like
opinion, or whatever.
a
Oh, right.
conflict between a mother and their child on a reunion, I'm like,
Oh, it's too good.
gone too far, but I love it more.
love it.
Are you ready?
I've got a simple one.
This
Straightforward.
is Bowen Yang's I Don't Think So, Honey. His time. We'll begin now.
I don't think so many movie theater seats costing the same across the board in the same room. If it's front 2 rows, it better not cost anything more than $5, let's say. If I'm on the sides, it should be a little bit cheaper. If it's centered, it should be more expensive. Let's tier them out like theater. I'm not saying we price, stratify this in a certain way, but I'm just saying let's treat it like a theater because that's what it is. Let's give it orchestra seating. Not that there's an orchestra, but there are certain seats that are objectively better than
30
others in the
seconds.
theater. We should pay accordingly, make them more affordable for some people. Make if the theater has a center aisle, then we forget about it and let's just call the whole thing off. Let's just shut it down. But I'm saying if movie
15
theater
seconds.
seats are all priced the same, then that just kind of flattens the experience of movie going at all. Let's give it some meaning. Let's give it some interest again. I think
5 seconds.
wouldn't save the industry, but it could go towards helping it. That's 1 minute.
And that's 1 minute.
I 1,000% agree with
Right?
this.
It's common sense.
It's common sense.
Come on.
And I would pay the extra for the thing, or I would also be like, if it's the front 2 rows, I don't want to pay whatever.
Sometimes that's all that's left, and I'm like, well, I'm not paying $15
to have my
for
neck
that.
and
go
to need a
that.
massage afterwards.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I have an issue with this is about theater, but previews, those
should
tickets costing the same as during the run because it was Gypsy.
And look how that turned out.
I saw
how
this.
that
I
turned
saw
out.
the third preview. It was not ready. You know who was ready? Audra.
Of
course.
Audra was perfect.
Never not.
But the thing is, I was just like, and then
not
I
there
heard
yet.
it got so much better. I did end up seeing it again. I heard it got better, so I went again, and I was like, see, now this justifies the price.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Is it my
Are
turn?
you ready? This is the opportunity for you to shred. You
Well,
ready?
I don't like the pressure, but I've got some shit to say.
Okay.
This
okay.
is Sarah Paulson's I Don't Think So, Honey. Her time starts now.
Okay, I don't think so, honey, that the pigeon is a rat with wings. I feel very, very triggered by this. I want you to understand something about a pigeon. Pigeons have been taught to be near us, to carry our messages to our loved ones. Pigeons have been they mate for life, first of all. They are not dirty. We made them our city dwellers so that we could get them to take information to faraway lands, to stop wars, to tell somebody you love them. They were our messengers of our
Yes.
heart, our minds, our brains. It was their job
30
to do
seconds.
work for us.
Yeah.
And we
Right.
have had them now in the city. People step on them, people run them over,
No,
they don't care,
disrespect.
they don't feed them, they give them their trash. They talk about them the way they are talked about. The way they are talked about, they are talked about
Like
as if they are
doves.
disgusting. Yes, they mate for
15.
life. I
They're doves.
watched a pigeon. I watched a pigeon make a nest for a cat just out of the goodness of its heart.
Oh,
You know
God.
what? That cat didn't try to eat that pigeon. That pigeon hate
5
must
seconds.
be stopped. I'm calling on the world to stop hating on the pigeon.
And that's 1 minute.
Thank you.
This is a movement, not a moment.
This is a movement, not a moment. What the fuck did pigeons ever
Pigeons
do to you?
didn't do anything to you.
Yeah, because they're not seagulls.
They're not seagulls. They're not shit. They are not seagulls.
They're not,
not.
and they
They
would
are
never
not,
take
and they
your
would never
bagel.
take your bagel.
No.
They don't want your bagel.
No.
They want to sit on your shoulder and they want you to tell them about your day. That's what they want.
Mary
and then if you
Poppins
would like to
style.
go give a message to Matthew across town, they will happily take it.
Yeah.
They will take it there and they will deliver it to him in a scroll. You could write it up.
Yep.
They'll take
Do
it
that.
in their. Yeah.
Do that.
Send a carrier pigeon to give him the next message. Just let's put the pigeons back to work. They need to work.
They need to work. Tuppence a bag.
Tuppence a bag. Tuppence.
Tuppence a bag.
Tuppence.
They're doves.
They're doves.
They're doves.
They're
And you
doves.
wouldn't do this to doves.
They're doves in a beautiful iridescent, like mauvey eggplant
Gorgeous
thing with a little bit of
plumage.
green on their head. They love each other forever. They pick a person and love each other forever. How could we treat them so
How can
terribly?
we treat them so terribly?
They're monogamous.
They're monogamous.
Monogamous people.
Thank you.
I'm about to cry. 'cause
Love a pigeon.
Guess what I grew up with?
What?
Grand Theft Auto 4. There is a whole side mission in that game where y'all know what I'm talking about? Flying rats. Nick knows.
Flying rats and their pigeons.
You have to go shoot them. You literally. I've been incentivized to shoot these birds.
Next time you look at that bird in life, just remember that pigeon used to do your work for you. That pigeon sent a text for you, sent your email, delivered it lovingly. Bless the pigeons.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bless the pigeons.
Bless the pigeons.
A third option for title of that. Think about that. You didn't think we'd have this many. My
Well,
God.
that was amazing. This is true. I mean, I felt like in an extended conversation with you, I'm like, oh, this is a real savant of the culture of the industry.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing these opinions.
Interesting. I just really,
You love the stuff.
I mean, we know when Krista Milioti won the Emmy for which
I
is
love
like,
acting!
I love acting. And she screamed, I love acting. And I swear to God, I went like this out of my chair. I levitated because it was like, there
Someone
is a
said it.
person saying what is in my heart
Yep.
out loud and being celebrated for it. And it's like, puts her hand in the air and is like wooing to I love acting. It's like,
She rocks.
she just rocks the Casbah and every other Casbah, whatever anybody
she
rocks.
rocks the Casbah
She rocks
every time out.
Always and always
Yeah.
has, and has the voice of an angel. Did you
Oh
see
my
her in
God,
one?
of course
It's
we
just
did.
like next level. She's next level in
She's
every
also
way.
the coolest.
She's the coolest person,
vibe, cool
but
hang.
was able to stand there and say, I love acting.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I was like, everything's going to be okay.
That's my shit.
That's my shit.
Yeah. That's
And
my
I was like,
shit.
I feel seen. I know who I am in the world when
Yeah.
a person can do that and people are excited about it.
Yep.
And so like,
Yeah.
I just feel like normalizing excitement about what you love. I don't care how like silly someone decides it is, and it's so cringe because you
Yeah.
love it. It's like, you know what's cringe? Thinking everything's so uncool.
There you go.
I'm just like,
so
guess
boring.
what? Guess what's cool? Being passionate is cool. Loving what you do is cool. Recognizing that you get to do something that you love and that people are like, yes, you get to do it. And I'm like, I know how lucky I am. I have friends who are more talented than I could ever dream of being, who do not have jobs.
Come on.
So just love it. Love it
Yeah.
because you get to do it. Love it if you don't get to do it.
Yep.
Just keep loving it.
And you know who's loving it? All of you, because you're probably streaming All's Fair.
Yeah.
I guess at least one episode is out now.
Yes.
And this.
3. I think 3 are out now.
They're out
Okay,
now. Okay,
great.
great.
Because
First 3
I
come.
love
First
releasing
3.
like
You
a
want 3
an early
because it
batch.
basically the beginning is like letting you know who everybody is, and that takes a minute.
Then
and
we're
you
gonna get
kinda,
into it.
And then you got to get into it. So you got to like
Yep.
ride past 1, learn who we all are,
Yeah.
and get ready.
Get to know a
Basically, like I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but the trailer is like
Yeah.
it's
This much.
It's a quarter.
It's this much.
And it's a lot.
And it's a lot.
It's a
You know
lot.
what? That's
And
what
it's
we
a
want
lot.
out of the show,
No, I'm
though.
telling you.
Maximalism.
You're gonna get maximalism. There is nothing about this that is. I mean, I call Kim Kardashian beef curtains on national television.
As you walk through a vaginal hallway.
I walk through a clown cervix.
A clown
hallway.
cervix,
Yeah,
that's what you say.
I
Beef
call.
curtains.
I call
Emerald green.
Emerald green, and
Emerald
I
green.
call Glenn Close George Washington on national television. It's like, what more do you want? What more do you want?
I love it.
Mayor McHead cheese. I call them that too. I mean, like it's really
Good stuff.
Head
Yeah.
cheese. I don't want to ever hear head cheese on a TV show except if it's all fair. I mean,
Mayor McHead cheese.
And with that, we end every episode with a song. Why is it this? Do you know this song? There's always tomorrow when dreams will come true. Yeah, why is it that?
I don't know, but it was an episode of Saturday Night Live with Kristen Wiig and Fred Armisen doing the thing where they were trying to sing the songs
Yes,
together and
yes,
they don't
Garth
know
and
the
Kat.
song. Yeah.
Yep, it was that.
Garth
That's
and
what that
Kat.
was.
Yeah.
Bye.
Las Culturistas is a production by Will Ferrell's Big Money Players and iHeartRadio podcasts.
Created and hosted by Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang. Executive produced by Anna Hosnier and Hans Sani.
Produced by Becca Ramos. Edited and mixed by Doug Babe and Monique Laborde.
And our music is by Henry Kaburski.